Hi guys, how are you? I'm just going to do a quick message today. We're going to do a quick fire one. Let's see what's going on in your energy. If you've landed on this message today, then there is something here for you, okay? So just trust this, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and always use your discernment. We've got enthusiasm coming through with butterflies. We've got believe coming through. Where are you starting to feel a new lightness in your body, in your life, in your relationship to life itself? That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like I'm speaking to someone who's reconnecting with childlike awe. We've got freedom coming out, 555. This says, your calls for freedom are heard and the day of liberation is arriving. What once limited your voice or your power will soon be dismantled. There's the card for you there if you want to have a look. That's so powerful. And we're seeing wings with this as well. We're seeing wings and there is a door that is opening like an archway. So you're about to move through a new portal. You're about to move through into a new version of yourself, a new version of your life. And this is giving you a lot more freedom than what you've previously had. I feel like I'm speaking to someone that has experienced a lot of limitation in the past. I'm also getting financial stress come out, if you can see that card right there. So financial stress says, financial challenges are a mirror reflecting where realignment is needed. The flow of abundance hasn't stopped. It's waiting for you to step onto the path where your efforts and purpose align. It's interesting that we had freedom come out and then I was speaking about limitation and then we have financial stress. I just did another reading, which maybe I'll link in the description below, which was all about restriction around money and glass ceilings around money and abundance. So I feel like if you've watched that reading, then this reading might resonate with you as well. If you haven't watched that reading, then after this one, maybe you feel called to go give that a bit of a watch. But I feel like you've been seeking freedom for a long time. It feels like freedom is a core value for you. It feels like adventure is a core value for you. And I almost feel like you've just not known how to be free. I feel like relationships is very significant here. I'm seeing some siblings, almost like maybe in the family dynamic, you felt somewhat restricted. Maybe you weren't valued or seen or heard in the way that was really true for you. Maybe you're a black sheep in the family. I know I've got a lot of black sheeps in this community. Maybe you feel like you've had to restrict yourself, limit yourself, edit yourself in order to belong to the family unit. And this is just transferred into other areas of your life, your friendship groups, at work, with your colleagues. I'm seeing this just with groups of people, okay? This has affected how you show up in groups of people. Ooh, got a lot of activity going on in the solar plexus and the throat. Okay, feel to heal. The wound you refuse to feel is the wound that refuses to heal, but pain buried alive never dies. Wow, that's deep. I'm also seeing a lotus here as well, which is really beautiful. It's a blue lotus, so that might be significant. So you've had to deep dive into, I feel a lot of pain around being seen and heard. Almost feeling like I'm getting this feeling of being shut down or shut out, like abandoned, outcasted, feeling like different, feeling like you just can't belong or you don't feel like you belong. I resonate with all of this too. So I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay, we've got not for sale. Your priorities are clear. Your values are non-negotiable. Authenticity may not always pay, but it always aligns. Oh my goodness, guys. You have spent a lot of your life editing your truth and your essence and who you truly are, how you actually want to express yourself in the world because of this desire to fit in and this paradoxical feeling that you can't. And you're entering this season now where you're realizing authenticity is freedom. Where speaking your truth, even if people don't agree with it, even if you are somewhat outcasted or shunned for it, you're realizing that you no longer need to limit yourself so that you're not shunned or outcasted. And you're actually really stepping into this authentic expression where if you're living in your truth, that's all that matters. So if you're living in your truth and someone doesn't agree with you and they outcast you for that, let them. Like, let it be. Let it be. I feel like it's not affecting you in the same way that it did previously. So I'm seeing this like tiptoe energy. You might feel like you've had to tiptoe yourself. Ooh, you've had to tiptoe yourself through life a lot. And I feel like you're in this energy now where you're realizing you don't want to tiptoe anymore. You just want to be like unboundedly who you are. And if people don't like it, whoa, if people don't like it, that's up to them. That's up to them. Guys, I just pulled exactly the same numerology cards that I did in the other reading that I just did. So honestly, if you haven't watched that other reading, I will link it in the description. Make sure you go read it because there is definitely an interlink here. So we've got 8888, personal power, abundance, prosperity, strength, harmony, confidence, wealth, empowerment, epic romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life is about to multiply. Angels are sending this number to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being that lie ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use your personal power for the greater good. What I really love about this is the other reading I did was very much focused around abundance and wealth and opportunity and blessings. This one I feel is to do with how you position yourself in a relationship dynamic. I'm seeing it definitely with groups. I just keep being called to groups. So it started in your family and it then trickled out to your social groups, society in general, always feeling like you're on the outside of society, like you don't know where your belonging is. You can't find where you fit. If that is you, trust me, I get it. And I always say, I'm never meant to fit, not in the way that the world currently is. We're here to create and innovate and create a new world. And this is what, we're doing this as a community. So hi, I get it totally. Okay, and then we've got 2020, compassion. Mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, healing, adaptability, renewal. Your beliefs and assumptions are validated, showing you that you are on the right path. Embrace your talents and gifts, using them to benefit both the world and your own prosperity. Serve others with kindness and generosity as your potential is boundless. I'm really getting the sense that you're stepping into a new way of contributing to the world. Like certain gifts are coming online. Some of you might feel this urge or this call to start a business or to start something new in your current business, or to maybe take a slightly different career path. There's definitely a sense of like pivoting here, but it's really connected with like actually stepping into what you're here to do in the world. Like no longer shaming yourself for what you actually want. And again, it really comes down to this theme of belonging. You didn't belong in your family, so you felt like you didn't belong in the world, and then you didn't belong in society, so you feel like you couldn't express yourself fully because you couldn't see how you could express yourself fully and feel accepted and loved, and now that's shifting. The world needs what you have to offer. So whatever it is that's been coming into your mind lately, the ideas, the insights, I almost want to say to you, let this be your confirmation to follow that. Whether it becomes a full-blown business or whether it is just for the pure joy of doing it, it's about contribution. Does that make sense? I feel like that's really important for me to, define here, is that I'm not saying to you, make this a business, whatever this thing is. I'm saying some of you will. I'm saying some of you, I don't think you're meant to make this a business, but you are meant to use this to contribute to humanity. You could be someone in employment and be doing something on the side, be running an event or be writing a book or be running something on social media, doing something which lets your heart contribute to the evolution of humanity. It doesn't necessarily need to be a full-blown business. And I feel like I'm saying that very specifically because business is, look, it's challenging, okay? That's why like 70% of businesses in the first 3 years fail. It's hard. And so I think what's really important to really get this across just to everyone in general is that business is not for everyone. And when you feel like you have something, a gift, a skill, a talent, something to say, something to share, that you want to share, that you want to get out into the world, just know that it doesn't need to be a full-blown business. If you know that you are meant to be an entrepreneur and you are meant to hold the challenges, the responsibilities, the moving parts, the judgment, the team, the finances, the operation, everything that a business entails, then go for it. If you feel that in your heart and in your soul, you're like, yes, this is meant for me. I'm here for the challenge. Go for it. I feel like for some of you watching this, this almost needs to be confirmation that this doesn't need to be a business, that you can actually use it as your way of contributing to the world. And you will be provided for and compensated for that in ways that you might not even understand. I feel like someone needs to hear that you might be expressing something online, for example, on social media. You might start a page where you just express thoughts or perspectives or maybe readings, something like that. And you might, be trying to think, oh, how do I make a business out of this? And it's kind of creating this distortion and this limitation before you even get going. And I almost want to say to you, just follow the expression as it's raw impression, like when that raw impression comes through, that insight, that idea, that nudge, that spark in your body and in your bones that says, yes, I need to share this or do this or create this, like follow that from a place of pure joy before you limit it by trying to think, oh, but how do I monetize this? How do I fit this into a business? Because contribution is contribution. If you are giving to the world will give back to you. It just might not be a transaction or like a direct exchange for money, but it will come back to you in other ways, okay? People might give you an opportunity. People might give you money. People might give you, a home to stay in free of charge. Like all of these different gifts and ways that the universe can give back, which might not be directly with that, but it's because you're contributing without bounds, without distortion, without limitations. That's really important. Okay, I just pulled the relocation card. Life is calling you to a new location, bringing with it the energy of evolution and greater purpose. This move is guiding you closer to a place that feels like home. Oh my goodness. For some of you, this is going to be actual relocation. This has been coming through in a lot of my readings recently. I'm seeing travel. I'm seeing a lot of people moving home, moving to a new country, whether that's right now, whether it's at the end of the year or beginning of next year. There's just, in the next 12 months, I feel like a lot of people are going to be moving, just as a collective insight there. So for some of you, this could be actual relocation. For others of you, this could just be energetic relocation. So you're actually relocating in your mind. You're shifting from one way of seeing things to another way of seeing things. And this might partly be to do with what I just said, because I obviously read that card straight after it, where maybe before you thought, oh, this has got to be a business, or this has got to be this certain way. And now you're actually like, oh, what if it doesn't have to be the way that I was looking at it? What if it gets to be a different way? So you're relocating. Either way, there is an internal shift that has happened, and it's an internal shift from restriction to freedom. Okay, vicious cycle. You are caught in a pattern that repeats itself, holding you in a place of frustration or stagnation. Step back, identify the root cause, and make a conscious choice to break free. And there's a snake on here, or a serpent with the number 12. So that might be relevant for someone. 12 does represent completion. So I really feel like this is a completion of a cycle. I feel like it is really tied into this belonging piece, where you've just been going round and round and round trying to figure out how to make something work, how to make something happen. And again, this could be related to career or business, because I keep being drawn to that. And I feel like now you're realizing that actually freedom is the key. Like being authentic is the key, and it always has been. As long as you fully embrace who you are and you listen inwards, like I want to say to you, listen inwards. Stop looking outward for answers. Stop looking, I know you're watching this video, so this might be giving you some clarity and some answers. And I do understand that, and I appreciate that. And I love how these videos and messages find exactly who needs it at the right time. But what I mean is that let these messages be messages of clarity, confirmation, conviction, but stop looking for answers on your life's path in what other people are doing. Like really just become so up close and personal with your own mother frickin' soul that your soul speaks to you. It does. You're always being guided, whether you feel like it or not, whether you believe it or not, I don't care. You are always being guided in every moment of every day. It is impossible not to be. Because your non-physical expression of self, whether you call that God, higher self, angels, spirit, source, whatever, your non-physical expression of self is always guiding you in this reality, in this physical incarnation. And I think you're being guided a lot more than you realize. I want to say, this is specific for someone that you might not be asking spirit or communicating with spirit enough about your life's path. I feel like some of you might have loved ones who have passed and transitioned into the spirit world who are trying to get your attention. And maybe you've been picking up on this a little bit. You might have been having signs that they're trying to get through to you or trying to communicate to you in some way. But let this be confirmation that they're like, speak to us, ask us for advice, for guidance, for clarity. Like, let us help you and co-collaborate with you as you walk this path. So there's something in that for someone. Team, I'm going to leave it there today. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I think this is short and sweet. Yeah, I've got to go. I've got a delivery downstairs, so I am going to cut this short. If you do want to book a reading with me, the link is just in the description. I've currently got spaces open, so definitely book now if you can. Other than that, guys, sending you lots of love, and I will see you on the next one.